Because that dude, Joe, he's a fucking savage.
Oh, that's Joe, that's me.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, I'm Cop Watch Hawaii.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well, now you do.
Damn, he's a fucking savage.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, you sharp in there, bro. You be tearing their asses up.
Sweet bitches, here we go. Here we go again. We're sober. I just realized that. We should probably do something to stop that while we're doing the podcast.
Well, wait a minute. You want me and all you people, you just get rid of your lawyers entirely? I'm not a lawyer. How the hell am I supposed to go in there, not a lawyer, and how is that supposed to be better than if I had like a standby counsel? And that's a perfectly, valid concern, but as time goes by, short time, just a matter of a week or two, you'll come to see, oh, that's why I don't even want a lawyer on standby counsel. Because I can do all this stuff on my own. It's not hard or complicated, it's relatively easy, and it's just a matter of going in there and knowing how to embarrass them on the transcript. It's just a word game. That's all it is.
But I haven't, I haven't role played like.
Oh, that's fine.
Like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just not up to par like you guys.
Sure, and that's all fine, man. And I can walk you through all of that. I forgot if you mentioned if you have because I have one if you don't. Do you have a script or something to work with as a general outline for role play?
Shit, I could write the shit down. As a matter of fact, on that Cop Hawaii thing, they had a whole bunch of questions there that you that you could write down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you had
yeah.
like 15 of them.
Yeah, so once you get the hang of it, I don't even use a script. I just have some,
You can't go by the script, because if you go by the script, you don't know what they're even going to say, so you don't know what you're going to ask next.
Right. A script is nothing more, and we shouldn't even use the word script. All it is a paper that reminds you of what question you're currently on. That's really all it does. And if you get kind of stuck, you're like, oh shit, wait a minute, what's the next one? You can glance down at it and be like, oh, yeah, there we go. And people use it like a checklist. They go check, check, check. And if something doesn't have a check, they know that even after the judge just rambled on for 3 minutes about nonsense that has nothing to do with it, that they can go back and be like, so was that a yes or no to the relevant issue on the table? So
because that dude, Joe, he's a fucking savage.
Oh, that's Joe, that's me.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, I'm Cop Watch Hawaii.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well, now you do.
Damn, he's a fucking savage.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, you sharp in there, bro. You be tearing their asses up.
Yeah, well, I've only been at it since September, man. That's it. Not even a year.
How did you get that good?
Dude, it's just because it's that easy. It's not even because I'm that good. I'm not, any extra if I can do it, anybody fucking can, that's for sure. It's just a little time. We got several guys who, like I said, 0 to 30 days coming out with recordings where they dominate them so bad the judge literally runs off the bench. Case dismissed, bailiff, escort him out of here if he doesn't be quiet. If he says another word, this case is over. Bang, and they leave. And they put you at the very end on purpose so they can leave. Because they talk to each other and they know what's coming.
Yeah, they want you to fuck out of there. As soon as you submit them,
dude.
The motions, they know what you're up to, though.
Yeah. So there's a few things I want to kind of lay out for you, big picture, before we jump into a role play. It'll help you understand the exact purpose of the role play and why it is we do and the directions we choose to go. So stop me at any time if I say anything that you already know, just so it doesn't waste my breath and time and whatnot.
Okay.
Let me put it to you this way. Have you ever known anybody who's been in the military?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a couple families.
Okay, cool. When they sign up for the military, they sign their name on the line, they volunteer. There's
UCMJ?
Yeah, okay, so you know this already, sweet. And how that's a form of jurisdiction?
Yeah, they have to sign for that.
Right. And they have military lawyers and military judges, and they don't even have grand juries. They have something like court-martial and different things. And that's why the military doesn't ever have a problem, because you signed it. It was voluntary. You agreed to live under it. There is no civilian version of that. And the reason why they can't do it is because if they started telling everybody about it and asking for your signature, people would be like, wait a minute, you require my signature to,
Exactly.
And then the gig would be up, right?
Yeah.
All the nonviolent victimless crimes, all the shit they make money from and jail people over, and class warfare, straight up, they wouldn't be able to do anymore. So that's why they can't do it. So they're screwed. They're all running a hustle, and the judges at least know it, and prosecutors for sure. But cops probably don't. Anyway, so all we do is we're pointing out the nature of the fraud. So there's international standards, all right, that apply to all civilized countries that they will respect, even here in this crooked-ass one, such as, the right to a fair and meaningful hearing. The right to be informed.
But what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, okay. So it means two things. The right to have a fair and meaningful hearing. A fair simply means they don't get to treat you like shit. It's supposed to be equals. I know that there's a scary judge up on the goddamn elevated wooden throne, but fuck that. We're supposed to be equal. So fair means you don't get to interrupt me whenever you want and then shut me down when I have to interrupt you. You don't get to just ignore relevant clarifications I need and just go off on your... Of course they do. Of course, because there is no fair and meaningful hearing in this country. There is none. But we just put it out on the table in what's known as what we call a softball question. There's softball and there's hardball. Softball question means it's an easy question they should give a yes or no to, and it shouldn't piss them off. That's a softball question. A hardball question is it's a question that they still relevant, they need to give an answer to, but it's going to piss them off. And those happen later, right? Don't worry about them right now. So, and this is part of where the script starts. It starts off with these quote-unquote softball questions. So the fair and meaningful hearing. So the fair, yeah, it means supposed to be equals, supposed to be same. Nobody's dominant here. And then the meaningful part means I have a right to make progress here. You don't get to just sweep everything under the rug and then say, haha, come back in 2 months. And then come back in 2 months.
They're supposed to be like, aren't they supposed to be like the fucking referee?
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to, like, it's just supposed to be me versus the prosecutor.
Yes.
And he's supposed to just, like, be like the middleman, not biased.
Yeah,
but
dude.
It looks like he's in cahoots with the fucking prosecutor.
All day long. It's like, it's the Super Bowl. It's exactly like the fucking Super Bowl or any match. Anything like that. He's supposed to be the ref. He or she, not the prosecutor. So what actually happens is, and I'll just say this real quick. So get this. The fake entity, the nothing made up crap that is listed as the plaintiff against you is the state of New Jersey, right? You said you're in Trenton. So it's the state of New Jersey. Of course that doesn't exist. That's just goddamn words. You can't have the state of New Jersey walk in and ask him questions.
Yeah.
So it's always that. Well, guess what? The judge, the prosecutor, they're both licensed by the state of New Jersey. You pull out their goddamn bar cards. What does it say? Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Who are they paid by? The motherfucking state of New Jersey. All right? And if you're a defendant and you hire your own lawyer, that guy is licensed by the state of New Jersey. By the plaintiff.
So conflict of interest.
Yeah. So this huge conflict of interest, right? And that's like if let's say the Denver Broncos are playing the Seahawks. Let's say Denver pays for their coaching staff. They pay and license the referees, and they pay for the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff. And then they get into the Super Bowl and think that's going to be fair. Obviously, the Seattle players are fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So, but they justify it. Anyway, so that's kind of the big picture what's going on every day, all the time. And nobody knows it or brings it up, really. So, that's the fair and meaningful. You get to make progress. So that's what those two words mean, and that's it. The next one is like, here's another softball question. This is all good background information for you. The next one is, and again, if you've heard it, let me know, the right to be informed of the cause and nature. Yeah? That one is in the Bill of Rights, the amendment to the Constitution. It's like number 6. The right to be, it says, quote-unquote, the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the accusation. We sometimes say right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges and proceeding. It doesn't matter. The cause and nature is what's important. The right to
So do you want me to study the Bill of Rights?
No. No. I want you to, not at this point. I want you to study it eventually, but that's down the priority list.
Okay.
When it's time critical, I need to focus you on the shit you need to know, like, ASAP.
All right.
So, and don't worry if you don't remember all this tomorrow or whatever, don't even sweat it, because it's just, you will. You'll just get enough practice and you will, by repetition. So, this next critical softball question, and this is stuff right out of the script, is the right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges and proceeding. So what that means is, and this is good to know, the cause and nature, okay? The cause is everything that happened in the past, in time, yesterday and everything else. What was the cause of all this? So you have the right to be informed of that. What caused this? The nature is what's going on today right here in the courtroom. I want to know the nature of how you're trying to prosecute me and how these proceedings are governed and how you're going about it. Okay? And then the charges or accusations, the exact same thing. I just like accusations better because it sounds more like, they're accusing you of some shit you didn't do, right? Unfairly. Of the proceeding, of course, the proceeding is just the hearing. Whether it's a motions hearing or a trial or an arraignment, it doesn't matter. So they're all proceedings. So that's another softball question that we like to get on there, because obviously they're going to try and violate it later. And when they do, we get to say, now wait a minute, earlier you said I had a right to be informed of the cause and nature of the charges. Right now you're denying me that. At what point in time did I lose that right here today? Do you see how that makes them look really bad?
Yeah.
They can't just do that, and they have to inform us. So, okay, so there's that one. And then the last one I'll bring up, there's just 3 right now. The last one I'll bring up, which is also complete bullshit for reality, is, do you have the right to be presumed innocent of the charges?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I remember that one.
Now the crazy thing about this, and it's worth explaining, because if the judge ever questions you on it, number one, you don't even have to answer. But number 2, we want you to know the answer anyway. It sounds really simple, right? The presumption of innocence. I know what that means. But it's more complicated than that in this way. They know that there's a big difference between innocence and not guilty. Yeah, okay, cool. You know that part. So they won't let us plead innocent according to their statutes and codes that we're challenging.
Why is that, though?
Because they know that if we were to plead innocent, it would make a bigger burden on them. It would point to their lack of logic and ethics even more. It would say, I'm pleading innocent, like I have nothing to do with any of this. It's not just that I'm not guilty. It's that I'm clearly labeled as innocent. It's like, how did Gary put it the other day? He said, it's like, it's not that I'm not, see, to say you're innocent is the same as saying, I don't owe you any money. To say you're not guilty is to say, I'm not paying you any money. Do you understand the difference?
Yeah.
So, and again, that's a twisted little legalese secret. But that's what it's like. And so they don't want us to be able to plead innocent. They just plead guilty. Or not guilty, rather. But it's not enough to say we're not going to pay you. It's more true to say not only are we not going to pay you, we're not going to pay you because we don't owe you any money. It's not because we're not paying you and we do owe you money. So anyway, that's what's all tied up in the presumption of innocence. And then lastly, about the presumption of innocence. If you're presumed innocent of the charges, how in the fuck can they order you to a hearing where if you don't show up, they're going to give cops permission to come after you with cuffs, tasers, and guns if you resist effectively enough, right? It's comply or die. Simple. We all know that. So that's impossible. They wouldn't be able to threaten you if you were presumed innocent. So they say the words, but the words are completely meaningless, right? We get it that the presumption of innocence isn't even in the Bill of Rights or Constitution that I know of, and I've been looking at it lately. But again,
you just want to fuck the whole transcript up, basically.
Yes, and they want the transcript to be perfect. Because, see, the reason why they're having such a problem with us lately is because the internet's come out and we can record their shit. Yeah, there's too many of us and we can record their shit. Whereas before, they were like, haha, you got to go through us to get the recording. And haha, the only thing that matters is the transcript.